You walk into McDonald's, order a Big Mac for $5.99, and assume McDonald's just made a few bucks selling you a burger. Wrong. That burger McDonald's barely cares about it. The real money, we're talking $23 billion in revenue, comes from something most people never think about when they're standing in line at 2 a.m. craving McNuggets. Ray Kroc, the man who turned McDonald's into a global empire, said it best in 1974. We're not in the food business, we're in the real estate business. And he meant every word. McDonald's owns more valuable real estate than almost any other company on earth. They're landlords who happen to serve burgers. The Golden Arches aren't just a logo, they're sitting on golden land that generates billions in profit, while you're focused on whether you want fries with that. This is the story of how McDonald's built the most successful business model in fast food history. And spoiler alert, it has almost nothing to do with making better burgers. In 1942, brothers named Richard and Morris McDonald opened a small drive-in restaurant in San Bernardino, California. They called it McDonald's Bar BQ. Revolutionary hardly. It was your typical 1940s joint car hops on roller skates. 25 menu items and customers waiting 20 minutes for a burger. But the McDonald brothers were perfectionists. By 1948, they were frustrated watching customers leave because of slow service. So they did something radical. They fired all their car hops, cut their menu to 9 items, and reorganized their kitchen like a factory assembly line. They called it the Speedee System. One guy flipped burgers, another added condiments, a third wrapped them up. 15 seconds from grill to customer. This wasn't just fast food, this was food engineered for speed. The results were immediate. Their burger prices dropped from 30 cents to 15 cents. Lines stretched around the block. By 1950, the McDonald brothers were making $100,000 a year serious money in 1950s California. But here's the thing about the McDonald brothers, they were happy. They had a successful restaurant, made good money, and went home at 6 p.m. every day. They had no interest in conquering the world. That's where Ray Kroc enters the story. And Ray Kroc was definitely interested in conquering the world. Ray Kroc was a 52-year-old milkshake machine salesman in 1954 when he got a call that changed everything. The McDonald brothers had ordered 8 of his multi-mixer machines, enough to make 48 milkshakes simultaneously. This was bizarre. Most restaurants ordered 1, maybe 2 machines. Kroc drove from Chicago to San Bernardino to see what kind of operation needed to make 48 milkshakes at once. What he found blew his mind. Lines of customers moved through the McDonald's system like clockwork. Burgers, fries, and shakes emerged from the kitchen with mechanical precision. The brothers were processing more customers in an hour than most restaurants served in a day. But Ray Kroc saw something the McDonald brothers missed entirely. This wasn't just a restaurant, this was a system that could be replicated anywhere. Every McDonald's could look identical, taste identical, and operate with identical efficiency. You could drop this exact same restaurant in Detroit, Dallas, or Des Moines, and it would work. Kroc pitched the brothers on franchising. They'd tried it before with limited success, but Kroc was different. He was a salesman who understood systems. On April 15, 1955, Ray Kroc opened the first franchise McDonald's in Des Plaines, Illinois. The McDonald brothers got a percentage of franchise fees. Ray Kroc got everything else, and everything else would soon include the most valuable real estate portfolio in America. But first, Kroc had to solve a problem that was bankrupting him. By 1960, McDonald's had 228 restaurants across America. Ray Kroc was famous. The McDonald brothers were rich, and Ray Kroc was going broke. Here's the problem with franchising. You sell someone the right to use your brand and system. They pay you an upfront franchise fee and ongoing royalties, and you hope they don't screw up your reputation. But the real money, all the daily revenue from actually selling burgers, goes to the franchisee. McDonald's was collecting a 1.9% royalty on gross sales plus small franchise fees. Sounds reasonable until you realize Kroc's company was responsible for training franchisees, maintaining quality standards, developing new products, and building the McDonald's brand nationwide. The franchisees were getting rich selling burgers. Ray Kroc was spending his own money to make them successful. By 1960, McDonald's Corporation was technically profitable, but cash poor. Kroc had personally guaranteed loans to keep the company operating. He was 58 years old, working 80-hour weeks, and watching franchisees become millionaires with his system while he struggled to pay his bills. That's when Harry Sonneborn, McDonald's finance guru, walked into Kroc's office with an idea that would change everything. Sonneborn's proposal was simple. Ray, we're not in the food business, we're in the real estate business. Harry. Sonneborn's idea was brilliant in its simplicity. Instead of just selling franchises, McDonald's would buy the land, and buildings then lease them back to franchisees. Here's how it worked. McDonald's would find a prime location, busy intersection, growing suburb high-traffic area. They'd either buy the land outright or sign a long-term lease. Then they'd build a McDonald's restaurant and lease the entire property to a franchisee. The franchisee would pay McDonald's 3 different ways. A franchise fee one-time payment for the right to use the McDonald's system, a service fee percentage of gross sales for ongoing support, rent monthly payment for the land and building. The rent was the genius part. It wasn't a fixed amount. It was calculated as a percentage of gross sales or a base minimum rent, whichever was higher. So as the restaurant became more successful, McDonald's made more money. If the location was a gold mine, McDonald's got a bigger slice of the gold. The first restaurant under this new model opened in 1961. The results were immediate. McDonald's wasn't just collecting royalties anymore, they were landlords collecting rent on premium real estate that they owned. But Ray Kroc wasn't finished. He had one more move that would turn McDonald's into a real estate empire worth more than most countries' GDP. Ray Kroc understood something that most restaurant chains missed in real estate. Everything comes down to location. And the best locations aren't just profitable today, they become more valuable over time. McDonald's developed a location strategy that was part science, part art, and part ruthless business intelligence. They looked for corner lots at busy intersections. They targeted growing suburbs where families with kids were moving. They studied traffic patterns, demographic data, and local competition. But here's where it gets interesting. McDonald's didn't just find good locations, they created good locations. When McDonald's opened in a new area, property values around them increased. Other businesses followed, creating shopping centers and commercial districts. McDonald's wasn't just riding real estate appreciation, they were causing it. By the 1970s, McDonald's owned some of the most valuable commercial real estate in America. Corner lots in Manhattan, prime locations in downtown Chicago, busy intersections in every major suburb. As cities grew around these properties, their value skyrocketed. Today, McDonald's owns approximately 70% of the land and buildings where their restaurants operate. They lease the other 30%, but often on long-term deals that they can sublease at a profit. The numbers are staggering. McDonald's real estate is worth an estimated $40 to $50 billion. That's more valuable than the entire GDP of most countries, and every month franchisees write rent checks that flow directly to McDonald's corporate headquarters. Let's break down exactly how McDonald's makes money from a single restaurant, because the numbers will surprise you. When you open a McDonald's franchise, you pay McDonald's $45,000 upfront just for the privilege. But that's pocket change compared to what comes next. Every month, franchisees pay McDonald's 4% of gross sales as a service fee. That's for things like marketing, new product development, and operational support. But they also pay rent, and this is where McDonald's really cashes in. Rent is calculated as either 10.7% of gross sales or a base rent amount, whichever is higher. For a typical McDonald's generating $3 million in annual sales, that's $321,000 in rent alone, every year, whether the franchisee makes a profit or not. Let's say you're a McDonald's franchisee doing $3 million in annual sales. Service fees to McDonald's $120,000. Rent to McDonald's, $321,000. Marketing fund contribution, $120,000. Total to McDonald's, $561,000. That's nearly 19% of your total revenue going straight to McDonald's Corporation before you pay for the food, labor, utilities, or take home a dime for yourself. Multiply that by 13,500 McDonald's locations in the United States. We're talking about $7.5 billion flowing into McDonald's coffers annually, just from franchisees. But the real genius is what happens over time. Here's where McDonald's business model becomes almost unfairly profitable. Real estate appreciates, but burger prices don't always keep up. Let's say McDonald's bought a corner lot in 1975 for $100,000. Today, that same lot might be worth $2 million. But McDonald's isn't just collecting appreciation. They're collecting rent based on a percentage of sales from a business operating on land that's increased 20 times in value. Even better, as inflation drives up food costs and labor expenses, franchisees raise their prices. Higher prices mean higher gross sales. Higher gross sales mean higher rent payments to McDonald's. McDonald's gets all the upside of inflation without any of the cost increases. This is why McDonald's stock has outperformed the S&P 500 for decades. They're not just a restaurant company. They're a real estate investment trust disguised as a burger joint. The numbers prove it. In 2022, McDonald's total revenue was $23 billion. About $13 billion came from franchised restaurants, that's rent, service fees, and franchise fees. Only $10 billion came from company-operated restaurants actually selling food. McDonald's makes more money collecting rent from people who sell burgers than they make selling burgers themselves. And there's one more layer to this that makes the business model almost unbreakable. The most brilliant part of McDonald's business model isn't just that they collect rent, it's that their tenants can never really leave. When you become a McDonald's franchisee, you're not just renting space. You're buying into a system that includes training, marketing, supply chain technology, and brand recognition. McDonald's spends billions annually on advertising that drives customers to your restaurant. Try to leave good luck. You've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in McDonald's specific equipment. Your staff is trained on McDonald's systems. Your customers expect McDonald's products. Starting over with a different brand means throwing away everything you've built. This creates what economists call switching costs. It's so expensive and difficult to leave that most franchisees never do. McDonald's has a franchisee retention rate of over 95%. Once you're in the McDonald's system, you're essentially locked in. And McDonald's keeps getting stronger. They use their massive scale to negotiate better prices with suppliers. They invest in technology that makes restaurants more efficient. They develop new products that drive sales. All of this increases franchisee revenue, which increases McDonald's rent payments. It's a virtuous cycle that's been running for 65 years and shows no signs of stopping. Today, McDonald's operates in 100-plus countries. They serve 70 million customers daily. But here's the number that really matters. McDonald's Corporation employs only about 200,000 people worldwide, while McDonald's restaurants employ over 1.7 million, most of those 7 million people work for franchisees who pay rent to McDonald's every month. McDonald's has built a global empire where other people do most of the work, take most of the risk, and pay McDonald's for the privilege. So the next time you walk into McDonald's and order a Big Mac, remember you're not just buying a burger. You're participating in one of the most sophisticated business models ever created. Ray Kroc figured out something that most entrepreneurs miss. The real money isn't in doing the work. It's in owning the system that lets other people do the work. McDonald's doesn't just sell food. They sell a proven system for making money, then they charge rent on the real estate where that system operates. It's landlording and franchising wrapped into one unstoppable money machine. And here's the craziest part. McDonald's business model is so successful that it's been copied by dozens of other chains. Subway, KFC, Taco Bell, they all realized that the real money is in real estate, not just food. Ray Kroc died in 1984, but his real estate empire keeps growing. McDonald's stock has returned over 2,000% since 1990. Not because they make better burgers, but because they own better land. The McDonald brothers just wanted to flip burgers faster. Ray Kroc turned that speed into the foundation of a global real estate empire worth $200 billion. Sometimes the best business isn't the one you think you're in.